Hey guys, Cat Demon 43 here, and you guys are probably wondering, Cat, what the heck's going on? I thought you said you wanted to, that all you had to really do is be in Hana's chapter. Well, that's what I thought, and I did the recording, basically an hour and 22 minutes, and I came to discover that I still fucked up. So, I had to go back, and wonder what I had messed up on, essentially. And what I messed up on is here, way back in Isabella's chapter, because I thought, and I looked back into my own recording, and I realized that, no, to get the true ending, you need to show Rose the letter. Because in the original one, I didn't. So, in my original playthrough, I didn't show her the letter. So, what I am going to probably have to do, after, showing her the letter. I don't even know why it's this that causes some issues in Hana's chapter to bring about the true end, but apparently, well, at least I didn't try and replay the entire game or something like that. So let's just get a move on. I blurted out before I could think twice about what I'm going to say. And one down.
Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
Rose casts a nervous glance at the people in the room. Before I continue reading as well, when I am dealing with stuff that I've already seen, I'm just going to cut that out completely, and yeah. Anyway, and also, too, I am intending to get all the memory fragments, and from what I have found, too, it's basically, as you know, I had all the characters live, but the way to get the memory fragments is that you have to be dumb, essentially, and let all the characters die. The option of, why would you do that, So, yeah. That's gonna be fun. Anyway. More are still engaged in a conversation with their peers, but those curious enough to turn their heads in our group's direction have been given her trademark saleswoman smile. A tight expression on her face when she pulls me aside.
Isabella, we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all.
So I'm wondering how this is the cause to get the true ending. But I mean, I get why. In a frantic situation, you probably would say something like this. I mean, you'd be so panicked and freaked, and in some instances, it's a really a 50-50 chance. You'd either say it or keep quiet. I have no idea in my situation what I would do. So, yeah.
I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
She gently reaches out to pluck the letter from my hand. Without even taking a glance at it, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important. Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
Oh, what the okay, hi, Luke. Before Rose could open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands on both our shoulders, pulling the two of us a distance closer. Okay, this is weird.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
This is weird.
Well, it certainly seems intense. A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion.
I don't know how I feel about this, Luke. I don't think I like this Luke. Ugh.
Especially darling little Lily here.
Okay, yeah, nope. Nope. No. I am not okay. Not okay with this version. He gives my shoulder a gentle squeeze, while an inscrutable smile spreads across his face.
It's Isabella, sir.
So, this is the change? He's being kind of a creep? A flirty creep? Okay.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Oh, this is so weird. The pressure on my shoulder lifts as soon as those words leave his wife's lips, while the scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on me. It is almost impossible to miss the displeased frown on Miss McCullough's face. The realization that we might lose the sale because of my outbursts instantly dawns on me. Rose will be beyond pissed.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait! Hey, I'm not angry.
Okay, so this is all familiar, so I am gonna skip it. Oh, no, okay. Her lips are twisted into a frown. She doesn't seem particularly happy to see me, and I'm not surprised. Who wouldn't be? I almost created a scene. Mr. Wright, however...
Why, if it isn't the little Lily? I trust you're feeling well now.
It's Isabella, sir, not Lily. I appreciate your concern. I'm feeling better now.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Oh, okay, so it's like reversed now. That's interesting. Regardless, I hand him the copy of the agreement.
I believe I can take that. Thank you very much.
This is so contrastingly different. It's weird. With how elegantly she plucks the papers off my hands, it's easy to think that there isn't any trace of irritation in her. But it is there, radiating in her stiff stance, in a way she's standing at a fair distance from her husband, and how the two look to be ignoring each other. Cat meowing. Do you want to leave? Okay. Seeing the scene, it soon becomes clear to me that I'm not the one who has put her in a bad mood. Did they fight? Most probably. I've seen it happen dozens of times with my previous clients. It's a shame, especially with their new mansion. I never did like it when my own mama and papa fight. I hope they'll make up soon. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hannah clasps her hands together before extending it for a shake. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then? Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there."
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope.
We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, servants or not, you're going to make people listen to your input nonetheless.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something into both of our hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips, demanding our silence.
What happened the day before was quite unfortunate, but you did get us what we wanted in the end. That, at the very least, is commendable.
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house.
I bet she sure is. Oh, God.
You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. I am happy. And I am sure he will be too, once he gets over this little upset. There is no point in aggravating him any more, so I keep myself from commenting on the issue any further. A sweet smile and bowed head, no need to provoke. That is how I cope.
So, when do we leave? Where are we even going?
We're scheduled to leave after lunch for the Ermengarde Mansion. Das ist ja interessant. It's just Deutsch name. Is that infamous mansion, yeah? I have seen it from afar. It's a huge property. Very beautiful if it wasn't left abandoned. Certainly a house befitting lords and ladies of the land.
A house good enough for nobles, huh? It is well known then? I guess that doesn't make it a total waste of time.
Our old sous chef mentioned going there for Halloween last year. We've not seen him since.
Yeah, I think that's new dialogue. That's just... Oh, jeez.
Not that I mind. He made terrible pumpkin soup.
That's so mean! I smile even as they turn their backs to me. Ooh. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared at the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive to the mansion, and I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde Mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And a number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxborn certainly do not disappoint, making this estate a prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces. Cat meowing. I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Oops. What was that? Bad blood, okay. Okay. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. Yeah, this is weird. I don't like this. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale. Then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another. The second thing on my mind is how touchy my darling husband is being towards the poor dear. Yeah, this is weird. I cannot even plaster a smile on my face. A horrid scowl takes its place. There is no way I can pretend nothing is wrong with it, as I hum.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
He is quick enough to detach his hands, which is all that the girl needs to. Well, for a lack of a better word, escape. Yeah.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Her partner follows, shouting after her without hesitation. There's an awkward air amongst us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The other murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale of whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Okay. Rose invites Marianne in too, helping to apologize to her as well. She's using Marianne's name right now. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Oh, it's fine. The poor girl must feel so embarrassed about what she just did. But I say, let bygones be bygones. After all, she's only a child.
This is really weird.
She looked, what, 19?
I shoot Luke an accusing look at these words. After all, he tried flirting with the girl. The nerve of him! And not only that Isabel girl, but also Marianne and Rose too. Now she's using the name wrong as well. I don't understand. What kind of husband would think that it's even a remotely good idea to make moves on 3 different women while his wife stands there? Did you drink while I wasn't looking?
She's a bit older than that. But again, I apologize. And if there's any way I can make up for what just happened, just...
I know what you can do. Be a darling flower and get us one of those bottles you plan to serve. Pop it open.
Ugh.
We were planning on serving some champagne. I can get that.
That would be lovely. Much obliged.
This is weird.
Do you want a glass as well, Ms. Wright?
Oh no, I'm fine. I really shouldn't be drinking right now.
And Luke shouldn't be either. But right now, I am too tired of any sort of argument. I don't have the heart to scold him in public as well. I'm certainly not his mother. I just want to get this horrid day done with. Go home and sleep. Perhaps I'll have a strong cuppa before I head off to bed. Yes, that sounds nice. When Rose comes back with the champagne, I beckon her over. As I have told her partner before, I have every intent of acquiring this house. I might as well, even if I'm having second thoughts about getting it for Luke. The moment we, the Wrights, had expressed interest in this place, we've had eyes set on us. If we don't buy it, that might as well be the signal to have busybodies gossip about how we may or may not have lost our fortune. Regardless of the fact that it is false, image is everything when dealing with these people. There are the unspoken rules of people such as ourselves. And besides, I really did like this place. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Ugh. Okay, yeah.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Well, I'm glad you're not complaining like you usually do. It's a right and proper Christmas miracle, isn't it? Hannah has finally done something right.
I refused to look at him, staring at the passing scenery instead.
Hey, Buttercup, what's with this cheek?
Rose, Lily, Mint. The nerve, Luke, the nerve!
Is that what this is about? One, that woman's name was Rose. And two, you know I don't mean a word of that empty flirting.
And it's still the principle of things, Luke. I understand if you try to woo them to get what you want when it seems that I'm not looking. But I told you once before not to do it when I'm there.
Luke dealt with the other women in the past to get what he... Luke dealt with other women in the past to get what he wanted. Sometimes I have my doubts. I really want to believe that I am an exception. That he is not just using me like how he used those other girls. I am having a hard time believing that now. And it isn't just this shameless flirting. There's something about that Marianne woman, as if Luke is familiar with her. Oh, yeah, okay. As much as it shames me, it makes jealousy rear its ugly head. I am, suffice to say, ticked off.
Really? I forfeit my trip to Cardiff for this, and you're still not happy.
Oh, trust me, Luke. I am very happy. Very happy that, for once, we are doing something that I want. Can you not see the smile on my face?
Oh, jeez. It is only when I let loose those words that the truth hits me like a slap in the face. And by the looks of it, it seems to have the same effect on my dear darling husband. It has always been Luke wants to do this and Luke wants to do that, hasn't it? I don't even remember the last trip we went to which was of my own choosing, without needing to get the man's approval. On the other hand, I was pulled along to every single expedition he wished to tackle, and I never objected. The rest of the ride home is spent ignoring each other, pretending the other didn't exist. Arriving at our penthouse, my first order of business is to get into bed. Forget a hot bath, forget the tea, I just want to bury myself in blankets and forget everything in my slumber. It seems that Luke had the same idea in mind as he tags along behind me. But this is something I will not allow the moment I pass through the door.
Out!
What the bloody hell, woman? This is my bedroom too!
Luke stands flabbergasted as I deny him entry into our chambers. His pillows lie on the cold, tiled floors away from the warmth of our soft down bed, and my gaze promises him that the same fate if he does not budge on this matter.
Don't even try to argue, because I am very cross with you, Luke Wright. You can take the second bedroom or the guest room if you wish, but I do not want to see you at all for the rest of the night.
Johans!
Our butler wanders over, a curious expression on his face. He doesn't quite hurry, moving at a relaxed pace, no matter how angry his master sounded.
No, you are not allowed to sleep in my room, sir.
That's not what I mean! Help me talk some sense into her!
There is no sense in questioning her right to be angry, sir. So, if I might be excused, I'll go prepare the second bedroom for you.
I have to keep a straight face as he stomps away in defeat.
Mutiny! This is mutiny!
Still love the voice actor, though.
The system is being upturned, and the people are rioting, and everything is left asunder.
It isn't every day that Luke is rendered speechless by someone he considers inferior, or to yield to another authority without an ulterior motive. His pride just won't allow it. I do keep telling the man to treat his people better. He may throw whatever fit he wants, but he will not be getting his way tonight. Victorious, I celebrate by jumping face first onto our bed. Undignified, yes, but nobody is here to judge me anyway. Right? Nobody is here to tell me what to do. Yet as I succumb to sleep, I hear them whisper to me. I can hear them whispering. Oh, Jesus. Don't listen. Calling for me. They want me. Need me. They drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in their embrace until I sink into the bottom. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. They're calling for me, here and there, aren't they? And I do want to help. I do. But when I try to reach out, something pulls me back, and a hook sinking itself into my stomach. Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay. And I break through the surface with a gasp. Along in the bed without Luke to hog the covers, I swathed in cloth and slicked with sweat. It takes me a while to untangle myself and kick them all off. Both the bed and I are a right mess, but by the end of it all. But I am more than eager to just get up and get out for some fresh air. Oh, okay. During the open house, Hana pressured the estate agents to sell the mansion. The Wrights also met their interior designer, but displeased with her husband's flirtatious attitude, a disagreement brewed during the ride home. Inevitably, they ended up sleeping in different bedrooms that night. The days past has gone by a blur. We hadn't talked much, Luke and I, outside of necessity. In fact, we hardly talked beyond the topic of acquisitions of properties. Properties being the mansion, obviously. Everything has been so busy that I haven't talked to anyone outside of business, and it is just so stressing. So one can understand my need for a good chat, preferably over a good meal. And there are times when a decent, emotionally healthy, and socially capable person needs a good friend. One who will talk to them without the conversation degrading or turning into an argument. Or barring a nearby friend, I have an interior designer under a confidentiality agreement to listen to me.
Up, higher, come on now!
The place is bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. I can hear Luke barking at them in the other room, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now! I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
It's so different in tone, oh my god. It is hard to tune him out. The walls do not do a good job of muffling him at all. But then again, it is Luke. I would still hear him ranting even if we were in the opposite sides of the mansion. and I'm wearing earplugs.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright. But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early, you must not have gotten a proper meal. Our butler has made a surprisingly lovely bubble and squeak. Sit, sit! I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now.
What's a bubble and squeak?
Oh, Johannes!
The man in question appears, ready with a tray as he starts to set the table for us. We sit in silence as we are each served a plate. Ooh, that looks good. Bubble and squeak topped by a nice poached egg with cherry tomatoes and other garnishes adorned the edges of the plate. A cup and saucer and a teapot with some Earl Grey is placed down for Marianne, and I ask for an orange Julius.
How are you liking the project?
Drop that vase and I'll have your head! I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear, I'll...
Well, it's certainly a fun challenge, incorporating the designs of a Jacobean manor and the functionality of a modern household. I have ideas I would like to suggest, by the way, about what to use the second bedroom for. I have been informed of your goddaughter and thought a kid-friendly room might be in order.
You read my mind. I was actually going to bring that up. Oh, that would just be so lovely, Marianne. That way, Kylie can bring her friends over as well. And a good friend of mine, Rochelle, is expecting a baby. So, why don't we think about putting a crib in there too? I can just imagine little ones running around, filling this place with the pitter-patter of their feet. We'd have to make sure they don't trip and fall on the stairs, though.
We won't be able to finish everything up until after the party. But we'll have it ready by then, so that all we need to do is to move in the furnishings.
Yes, that's plenty fine. It's not like we're in a hurry to have it.
That's a new animation. I haven't seen that one before.
And we wouldn't want the workers to disturb the guests or the other way around, do we? Just make sure it's presentable. You know, in case a guest snoops about.
Of course. As for the kitchen you wanted, I've already negotiated for the high-end stoves and the hot and cold drawers, so on and so forth. I've got a friend who is able to customize them so that they'll look like the counters we'll be replacing and fit the rest of the interior.
That is really cool.
They'll be bringing them in today.
Why can't you people do anything right? Don't drag it. You'll scratch the wood.
Jesus.
Excellent. But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too. It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box.
Yeah, I can hear you. That is very true.
Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg. Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
She looks confused. Of course, she has every right to be. She, no doubt, overheard me push the estate agent into the sale, making quite the aggressive offer. She saw me sign the papers to the mansion as well. I just had to scoff.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury. I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes, it wouldn't be appropriate to comment further. It is unprofessional.
Unprofessional?
I can't help but let out a deep sigh as I stick a fork into the dish. I didn't want professional. I want someone who will either agree with me, even if it is just for the sake of agreeing, or someone who will try and talk some sense into me. Neutral responses are so boring. There's no discourse in the middle of the ground.
The food is good. Best bubble and squeak.
Of course it is. Our kitchen staff only uses the freshest hand-picked ingredients. Only the best for the Wrights.
Mr. Wright is not joining us?
No, he is far too busy bossing people around. He even refused to join me for breakfast earlier. Hence, this.
I see. You expect to get from me?
There's a clatter of silverware as I slam down my hands on the table. It's so frustrating. I'm frustrated. At Luke, mostly. But Marianne's neutral, professional answers are certainly irksome as well.
You're a human with feelings and opinions, aren't you? Don't give me this bollocks about being professional when we're having a nice, friendly chat over a nice and friendly breakfast.
Ooh, okay.
I can only talk about interior designs for so long, and I detest one-sided conversations, Marianne.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and...
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
About him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
I didn't realize that I was shouting that out loud, until it was too late. There was a stunned silence that settled before I slumped back into my seat. Hiding my face behind my hands, I can feel my shoulders shake. Breathe, I told myself. Calm down. But it's just so hard.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like he doesn't love me anymore. Oh, have I been so blind? Did he ever love me at all? Was our marriage all for the sake of saving his company and his wealth? Because...
Because?
Did I say all that out loud? Again? No. This is bad. Unacceptable. It has been rumored before, the real reason for our engagement. But if anyone were to know of this, marriages of necessity to carry on political and financial power used to be a common thing. But then Evans Wright union is the perfect happily ever after. Was supposed to be. It is true that we first met each other in order to discuss dealings, to make the then falling Wright Enterprise a subsidiary for Evans Incorporated. But I do remember being in love with him, and there were times when he said he loved me back. Even if I'm not sure of what the truth is now. Either way, I do not want the Wright name or the Evans name dragged through the mud because of a slip-up. If Marianne so much as talked about this... Marianne is a good sort, isn't she? So far, if she has been responsible and accommodating even towards Luke's ridiculous requests. Patient and professional. Did it only extend to business? Or would she be able to understand that things like this are not as simple, not as clean, as they are painted to be? Certainly I can talk to her. Ask her for her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you. And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
If I am to be frank, Mrs. Wright, this isn't new for me. You aren't the first, and you certainly won't be the last to have complicated dealings. Unless what you're doing is illegal, I turn a blind eye.
Can I trust her?
If I wasn't in the same boat, I'd be trying to pry those secrets and gossip with you about them by now.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
We continue to eat our meal in peace, finishing the last of the food and drink. When the door to the parlor opened, Marianne and I are just sitting in silence.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
I give him nothing but a small nod.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties. I must excuse myself.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
Making my way downstairs, I look back to see Marianne give me a nod and a small smile. That certainly puts me in lighter spirits. Marianne and I discuss business and the last-minute touches of the house before finalizing everything. Not there is much change from the original plans. Bar any huge additions of the property itself, the mansion is hardly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had acquiesced. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Besides, we have a little need for actual guest rooms. We hardly have any guests to spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit in one of our hotels instead, always as Luke's own insistence. And on the off chance that we actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right, then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around, then? It'd be best if we can note down his requests right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
She didn't have to point out the obvious, no, did she? After 7 long years, I've already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
I want nothing more than to complain and whinge about how unfair this is. However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. To do so will make you a ripe target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vultures, the lot of them, really. Most of them, at least. There's always good ones like Rochelle Lee. But to put your trust in the wrong person, you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting, he's having marital...
Although that does make things better if she has no interest, therefore, no.
They've been married for... His wife has a drinking problem, but it's never... Sometimes I think it's the years. What do you think?
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
I don't know, Marianne. I just...
Perhaps it has been the years, perhaps not. It might just be the little things that have built up all this time. It might be something big. I wouldn't know all the details. But in any case, with things like these, I've seen couples take time apart. Sometimes they get back together in the end with lighter hearts, and sometimes they don't get back together at all, but part on better terms.
Speaking from experience, are we, Miss McCullough?
Well, that certainly got a rise out of her as her cheeks turn red and she nearly chokes on her coffee.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I'm not interested in any fella, even. It's just a thing I've seen happen a few times.
What if I said the couple are very public figures? They wouldn't want to take time apart unless it was really necessary. They wouldn't want people to talk.
Well, that's a load of guff. Not to mention that, forget about what other people say. That's their relationship and they should do what's best for them.
And if they point out that you're being a hypocrite and they can also disregard what you say?
Then that's their choice. I'm just saying that a break might do them good. A short time apart is better than someone trying to leg it out of the relationship or one ending up trying to murder the other out of frustration if they're even the slightest bit touched in the head. Because we don't want now, do we?
She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There is a calm despite the nature of what has just been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think is an understatement. To say that I am not considering her advice is a lie. And to say that this might just be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Otherwise, others have had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. My own parents celebrated their choral anniversary before they passed away. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years, well, it hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? It won't last forever. It's not supposed to, anyway. I just dread the thought of what might last for a very long time. I dread the thought of those small spats, these little disagreements will turn into an outright resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment of when our blissful union turned sour. When did he start to seek out other women and lack ulterior motives? When did we start to cooperate only to suit our materialistic greed and attention-seeking ways? Money and success, fame and glamour, and are those the only reasons we still stay together? The cough that There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long, and I move to apologize when she stands up. We both end up on our feet, unsure on how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occurs as we decide whether to sit back down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Hannah and Marianne were seen discussing the mansion's furnishing touches before the housewarming party. On a whim, Hannah asked for Marianne's opinion about a certain couple having marital problems. It leaves the former with something to think about after the latter excused herself from attending the party. The scene outside the parlor is a great organized mess. Aside from our household help, we hired the service of a temp agency which provides staff for Wright Enterprise in the hospitality sector. Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Waiters, busboys, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying crockery and serveware good for several dozen people, and then some. Chefs and bartenders tail after Johannes, looking like scared little children as he escorts them throughout the kitchen and into the wine cellar. Okay, I read this.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails. Snails are for the dishes.
Johannes restrains her, taking care to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman. That does little to deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go, lest the unborn child is hurt. Although it might have been too late for that, as I see an emptied glass of wine in her hand. How much has she embedded in?
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here! You bloody bastard standing there with your smarmy smile!
She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. Even as whispers and murmurs break out amongst the guests, all I can focus on is the heat of the moment. Obviously intoxicated, judged by the smell of alcohol in her breath. I am not ticked off by this little display of hers, at least not yet. But I am absolutely pissed by the fact that she would endanger her own baby by drinking. There is a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tantrum to subside. I keep a patient, if tight, smile on my face. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is incomprehensible.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle. Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
I did.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir. What is even going on?
I am just about to ask the exact same thing.
I don't know. But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Where is that husband of yours? Lee! Collect your wife right now!
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass! You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens!
Excuse me. What is this nonsense you're going on about?
Crazy talk! That's all it is! Just completely and utterly mad! Has anyone seen the Chief Inspector?
I am pregnant with your little bastard! You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke! I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me!
What?
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Johans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me! I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours. Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby? Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
It is now that Johannes returns with security, along with a concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surrounded her and moved to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by her pale face, he has heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man. Not that I believe Rochelle. Luke will never... He will never go so far as to sleep with another woman, right?
I'm so sorry for her behaviour. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is. You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Is there really nothing but the rambling of a drunk?
That's not true. Is it, Luke? Please tell me she's just lost the plot.
Don't be a blooming muppet, Hannah. Of course she's lying, creating a scandal for attention. If the baby isn't Lee's, she's probably gotten herself knocked up by one of her employees, and she's accusing me for money! Fuck! How stupid can you be?
Excuse me! I just wanted to hear your word. There's no need for such cross language.
Yes, there is a need for such fucking crass language, because you've been nothing but a pain recently. I told you not to invite her, and look what she's done. And not just recently, for a while in fact. I'm sick and tired of having to look after your clingy, spoiled ass.
Holy shit. Okay, wow.
You've been derailing my schedule and my plans, questioning my priorities and my decisions. You can be worse than a hormonal pregnant woman at times even. How touched in the head are you that I need to hold your hand?
Speak no more. We are done here, and we'll talk about these matters in privacy now.
No, why don't we hash it all out here? Because every time we talk about our problems in private, you start crying your fucking eyes out.
I should have expected this of Luke. To put us in the limelight, thinking I will back down because we have an audience. Well, he has another thing coming for him, doesn't he? I am just as livid as he is because of his disrespect. Our happy marriage is quickly crumbling under our own 2 feet, yet I can't even give a rat's arse. If this is how it goes, so be it.
You dare!
Oh. Drama llama? Is that what it says? Drama llama. Okay. Don't know what that means.
I dare, Buttercup, because I've kept quiet about this.
Oh, you've kept quiet about it? How rich!
Yes!
No, I've had enough of this! Do you think I don't see when you try to creep up some whore and get up her skirt? You would be nothing without me. Your company would be buried in debt and you'd be begging on the streets if it weren't for me!
She lies! Don't listen to her!
And I've had enough of you. So guess what? Fuck you, Luke.
Wow, okay, wow.
We agreed to never talk of this, woman!
Did we? I don't remember. But it's all true. Wright Enterprise would be nothing but a precautionary tale if Evans Incorporated didn't agree to merge into a conglomerate. You asked that we keep your family name because you said it was so important to you. Your legacy. I agreed because, damn it, Luke, I loved you and I still do. But all you really want is the money and the power's all gone to your head. Face it, Lucille Mitchell Wright. You owe me everything.
I owe you everything. I owe you everything? Who's running the business now while you sit at home like a pretty princess?
If I recall, you told me to retire so that I can enjoy my time as Mrs. Luke Wright.
I wouldn't even bother with other women if you were still Hannah Evans. You used to be your own woman. You used to be someone who I could fucking look up to. Now look at you. If I wanted some brainless bint, I'd go to the whorehouse and play any old strumpet like a fucking fiddle.
Holy shit! Oh my god, okay.
That's all you are now. A brainless, good-for-nothing...
Punch him. Just punch him. Or slap. Okay, that'll do. A slap echoes in the ballroom. I didn't even realize that I had lifted my hand against him. Not until he's already clutching his reddened cheek, eyes widen and spoken curses hanging from his lips.
That's it! This party is over! Everybody leave before I have you all thrown out!
There's a shuffling, as the near-forgotten audience can't decide whether they are to mill about or wait for what might happen next, or do as instructed. Their minds are made up for them as Luke storms towards the doors, slams them open, and roars,
"Go!"
And as if they are awakened from a trance, the crowd starts to leave one by one. Some of the noisier ones, media and the like, tried to stay, but they are eventually dragged away by security. They slowly trickle out, from the busboys to the waiters to the musicians and the bartender. Even our butler leaves us, closing the door to the ballroom shut behind him. Then and there, I don't know what to say. Should I apologize for striking him? Yet every part of me is still shaking in anger. I want to scream every bit of hatred I have for him, every ounce of bitterness, things that I couldn't say before. But I also feel tired.
Oh, Hannah! What am I going to do with you?
He laughs. Laughs. Before I can respond, he leaves. To where? I don't know. I'll never find out, as I don't have the courage to follow him, or leave this room. Slumping into the nearest chair, all I can see is his face, red and wide-eyed. His empty laugh echoes over and over again. Only the walls act as my audience now, and I can feel their accusing eyes burning into me. There will be no sleep tonight. Come morning, as we breakfast. That's a word. Okay. The meal is silent and strained. In the aftermath of Rochelle's accusations, Hannah and Luke lashed out at each other in public. Hannah slapped Luke at the end of it all, in a resulting fit of rage. The man ordered the party to be stopped and threw their guests out. I cut too deeply into my sausages and almost excused myself. Have I not spied Luke mashing and stirring his poached eggs with a fork like a petulant child? Conversation is terse, though that is no big surprise. What else can you say after you verbally lash out at each other in public? Apologies seem like trifle things now, in comparison to what transpired last night. I'm not the one to rush when eating, but withdrawing sounds like the best course of action. I can leave the dining hall, hole myself up somewhere where I won't be bothered. And he has work today. I almost have gotten away with it too, if he did not speak up all of a sudden.
Hannah, wait! Don't go just yet. Please.
What is it, Lucille?
I have thought upon it, that perhaps I am at fault for what happened yesterday, and for your frustrations. I have been a neglectful husband, and if you would still have me, I hope to correct that.
I don't know what to say to this, just because this is so different now. Like, part of me wants to say, you know what, yeah, but I mean, he's such an arse in this version. Yeah, I'm doing the British slang for ass. What do you want? I don't care. It's just, I don't know. I don't know.
There's not much to do today for me, and I was hoping that we might be able to talk it out. If you are willing to still work it out with me, you will have my afternoon.
Just your afternoon.
He stands and approaches with steps careful and wary. He treats me as if I'll take flight at any moment, and it'll be ridiculous if I don't find it even a tiny bit endearing. And when he stands before me, he takes both my hands into his, ready with the declaration.
You will have my afternoon and every moment after for the rest of your life, if you are willing.
I hate it. I hate how he can easily make me fall in love with him all over again.
Just this one chance. If you don't show up, I may very well just pack my bags and go, you hear me?
Loud and clear. Off to work I go then. Until later, Buttercup.
His grip is tight as he kisses my hand before letting it fall. I feel lighter in spite of it all. That leaves me with the rest of the day with nothing, really. I thought I'll have to spend it making plans to leave this house and him, but instead, he has me worrying and feeling relieved at the same time. It is quite paradoxical. I still have plans to eschew everyone and everything and everyone until the afternoon, which is proving to be quite difficult as, everywhere I look, Johannes seems to appear out of thin air. I love our butler along with his wonderful husband and 2 darling children. Oh, cool. But he never seems to understand the concept of privacy or personal space at the worst of times. The man is often quiet, even while he works, and I can forget that he's there with no trouble. It's the principle of things, however.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's told me to look after you. This isn't going to turn out well, you know.
Okay.
Pardon?
You should just leave. If I were you, I'd left a long time ago. You have the choice to do so, you know.
Oh shit, death flag?
Not everyone does.
Oh shit. This is a death flag. This is so a death flag. Oh my god, okay.
Is that what you've been stalking me all morning for? To tell me to leave my husband?
It is not going to turn out well, mein Freund.
Looking back at Johannes, I see he's usually indifferent expression painted with concern. Yeah, that is new too. He still stands tall and his body betrays no emotion. But his mouth is set into a grim, harsh line, and there is a slight frown in his brow, curious and minute details that one won't find unless they cared to look. And these little things trouble me. Still, if he believes that I will leave, then Luke has extended an olive branch to me. Well, he's wrong.
And that's your opinion, Johannes. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to be left alone with my thoughts, please.
If you'd like privacy, I suggest finding it somewhere else, then. Somewhere outside the house, maybe?
Yeah, he is really trying to make sure Hana leaves. Wow.
I'm going to my room. Tell Luke that I'll be waiting for him there.
I'd really rather not.
Yeah.
That's an order, Johannes.
I'm not gonna like this. Oh my god. The remaining hours pass with little fanfare. Yeah, total death flag. Oh my god, I think, oh shit. That I was told to bring down the relationship with Luke and Hana. It says it's halfway, but I don't know. Oh god, okay. The remaining hours pass with little fanfare. As much as my wish to be alone is respected. I only see Johannes again when he brings me my supper. I don't even know how to say this. Boilerprass along with squid ink brooch. Oh god. Something that I haven't requested, but I'm grateful nonetheless. And once more after that, I clear my plates away and inform me that inform me that Luke is back home.
Honey, I'm home.
Hearing him call for me fills me with a certain dread, for reasons I can't comprehend. Perhaps I am just nervous about this little talk of ours. Yet something at the back of my head is nagging at me. It is irrational, but I feel myself freezing in trepidation. I have to will myself to breathe when I am conscious to the fact that I've been holding it in.
Darling, love, Buttercup, why aren't you answering?
It is with unease that I answer.
Upstairs, Luke!
There is a moment when I am nothing but a bundle of nerves. His footsteps echo from the hallway, and the creak of the door sends chills down my spine.
Here I am expecting a warm welcome home, and here you are locked up in the room like a shut-in. Oh, Hana, what am I to do with you? You're looking a little bit pale. Are you all right?
I must have had something funny, actually. Maybe from the party last night. Maybe breakfast or lunch.
Shit, were we poisoned? Is this to show the brooch?
Johannes had been acting really strangely while you were gone. Do you think?
Do I think what? That he poisoned you? Don't be silly. He wouldn't do such a thing unless I tell him to.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. He jokes and laughs. That does nothing to ease my nausea, and only makes my stomach turn even more. I tried to smile and laugh along, but I cannot put on a fake face this time. Fuck! Noticing my discomfort, he pulls me into his arms. In his hold, I feel safe. Or I should be, at least. But there is still a stirring restlessness inside me.
Don't you worry. If you are sick, I'll take care of you myself. I did tell you that you'll have my afternoon and every moment after for as long as you live, didn't I? I am just so worried about my poor wifey. That Rochelle woman had some nerve, and I've insulted your honor so. My poor wifey has been through so much.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. It is when I feel his hold turn painfully tight that the dread turns into fear.
My poor, spoiled wifey, Hannah fucking Evans. Silver spoon in her mouth, never had to lift a finger in her goddamn life. Poor wifey trying to ruin everything for me. All that I've worked so hard for. She'll just take it all away. We've got to fix that. You know, you and I.
Okay, I'm gonna say, again, props to voice actor. Holy shit, that's terrifying. Nope. Oh no.
We have to make sure you don't pull a dodgy stunt like the one you did last night, even if we have to take you out of the picture. Permanently.
It is as he presses something sharp in my back that I realize far, far too late what he holds in his hands.
Why are you doing this?
My life is in his hands, held hostage at a knife's edge.
Because, Hannah, darling, it's never enough.
Oh Jesus, what the fuck? What the fuck is with that face? Oh my God, no! No, shit! Oh, God!
I want it all.
And I want the old Luke back. Oh my God! And he wishes to end it. Does he not love me anymore? Has our ties eroded so badly that he'll even go this far? This is preposterous, surreal. Yet here I am, frozen in his embrace, while he holds a knife to my back. The very man I loved and trusted the most is the one who to kill me. And sadly enough, this is the longest he's held me in a long while. It is a consideration both beautiful and horrific. How did it come to this?
You don't have to do this. You can still have it all, Luke. Just please, don't you love me?
That makes him pause.
Oh, I still do, Hannah. I do love you. But you're outliving your usefulness. In fact, you're becoming a pain in the arse, just like your dear old dad.
Oh shit. Oh shit, did he kill him?
Now I'm doing you a favor, and you'll be with him again.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he did kill him. What the fuck?
Real soon.
Dignity and grace is forgotten as I become a blubbering mess begging to be spared. Please spill from my lips prayers to Luke for his mercy because please, I don't want to go. I'm not ready to go. I still want a family, our family, and I want to do more. I can't help but carry about the things that could have, should have been, a husband, children, and a home. But I am going to be cut short. Love me dead. Oh God. My pleading falls on deaf ears. And although I don't feel it immediately, The way he loosens his hold on me says as much. There is no pain at first, only shock until a dull throbbing irradiates from my back. It's like an itch that can't be reached, when it gets worse and worse until all I can focus on. I panic as the pain becomes too much to bear, and I wish nothing else but for death to consume me now. My body spasms, trembling and shaking, and the pain fires up anew when Luke, the monster, twists the knife deeper. Breathing is next to impossible. Every time I try, it only feels like I'm drowning. Soon enough, I taste blood on my tongue like copper, yet both salty and sweet. And here I am laughing like a bloody loon, though my laughter is nothing more but a wet, raspy chuckle. Slowly, I am losing myself.
What's so funny?
Deeper and deeper yet. He starts laughing.
We would have been so beautiful.
I drown in his laughter. Oh my god. Oh, that makes me feel ill. Before leaving for work, Luke begged his wife for another chance and promised she'd have his time for the rest of her life. Hearing this, Hannah was smitten all over again. Yet Johannes was seen trailing the lady throughout the day, which made Hannah very uncomfortable. And when Luke finally returned home, yeah. Oh my god! Okay, wow, Jesus, okay. Well. Okay. Part of me kind of expected Hannah to die at that, but at the same time, oh my god, I want the old Luke back. That's just, Jesus fucking Christ, okay. Well, I guess now, since I've got Zachary, hold on. I'm not gonna lie, I like the old Luke better. Just, okay, going again and back with the whole thing with Zach, I think, because like I mentioned before, I think that with that, I would have to just show, via show, like, the memory fragments, I have to, like I mentioned before, I'd have to have them killed, which, the being stupid option. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna go about that, but we'll see. So, yeah, until next time, guys. Oh my god.